A 6 versus 6 between some more high ranked players on a random map, and it's all pros. It is an all pro fight on a 20 by 20k map. The average ratings of the teams are 1860 and 1910. They're a little bit in favor of Team 2, but you can just see it is a very, very high game. So let's have an introduction of who we got. So Team 1 here at the top, Team 2 here at the bottom. First off, for Team number 1, down here on the bottom far left hand side, it is Crusher. And Crusher is red, he is Aeon. Beside him in the green colour, it is Waffle Noob. Waffle Noob is here, he's Seraphim in the green, as we say. Besides Waffle on the middle front, it is Soviet Pride, our resident Russian, and he is Grey Cybran. Besides Soviet in the orange colour, we have Turbo 3, and Turbo 3 Seraphim in the orange colour. Finally, the other front player for team number 1, it is Spiky Noob, and Spiky Noob's here, another Seraphim in another green colour. And last person for team number 1 in the S slot, it is Trith. And Trith is here as Aeon in lavender. Alright, let's have a look at team number 2. First off, team number 2 over here on the far right hand side in the white colour. As Aeon, it is Arakamano. Arakamano? Yes, no, Arakamano. Beside Arakamano, back down here in cyan, it is Luminous One. And Luminous is trying to be all illuminating in a religious way, being Aeon. Beside him in the middle section, UEF, it is the Wheelie, and the Wheelie is in combat green. He's walking his way towards the front with his commander already. Beside him in burgundy, it is another UEF, it is Tursto, and Tursto is also walking his way to the front. And finally on the front line for team number 2, it is MSG in blue Cybran Styles. Last player on the map for team 2, all the way at the back in yellow as Cybran, it is Carbon. There we go, folks. We have the highest rating on the game is the Wheelie at 2300. The lowest rated player is Carbon at 1600. And let's just see how this is going to get on. There's a whole lot of mixes to fight over. There's 16k reclaim, but it's all on either side, so it's pretty much a go grab your mass field while you can. Look at that thing. All of this, it is right at the bases, so early eco is going to be a thing to get all of that as much as possible. And these trees as well, they're all clumps. They're not registering as reclaim at all, but they are also extra reclaim, so it is going to be a fast start for what is going on. Okay, so who is in the advanced positions? We have MSG's pushing towards these 3 mixes here, even as Crusher is going for those 3. We have Tursto moving up this direction. We have Wheelie grabbing these 3 mixes here. So everybody's got like a secondary expansion to push for. And, well, except for Illuminate, who's not pushing anywhere. Compare that to his opposite. And yeah, same thing here for Zwaffle. So Zwaffle is grabbing a transport. So I think that's going to be a drop of engineers. He's certainly got no other units grabbing it. He may be making a play for one of these plateaus at the top or bottom. They are closed off from the ground, so the only way to get to them is by air, and we'll see how that rolls. Alright, transport is up, transport is away, and looks like he's going for the bottom plateau. Much to my reclaim here? No, not really, but still worth. Oh, hello, we have a counter transport drop, I think. Yep, this is coming up from Korriban. So Korriban's dropping in a couple of inches up here, then he's going for that plateau over here. A bomber with an inti and a scout and support is going to go hunting for, well, anything really. I mean, there's some engineers here they can never go at. But this is going to be the interesting one. Although, it's going to be a question of who is paying attention. We have Zwaffle is going in with 3 engineers compared to the 2 for Korriban. So whoever's paying attention there, which I think will possibly be Zwaffle. Scepter is coming out from Korriban. There's an Inti also out from Zwaffle. Maybe they're looking for that transport right there. Did he see it is the question. I don't think he did, because the Interceptors are... Oh no, there we go. There's the move order. So these guys are going to be safe. And the Skyhook from the Korriban is going to be picked up, and those engineers are not going to make it to the destination. They either need to get dropped right now, or they're going to turn into scrap on the ground. stop command is given, but the interceptors are right over it. Ooh, just gets off in time. Engineers survive and the inties go away. It's strange. They got pulled back. They didn't actually kill off the skyhook. That's unusual. We had a bit of a raid here trying to get on through. Got a couple of players trying to move up, and they have gotten some kills to their name. Killed off a few engineers, 1, 2, 3, 4 along the way. But now they've run into some bandits, and that's going to be the end of that little raid. Still, 4 engineers killed as a annoyance. There we go. He did finish that off. Corbin did pick those up, but they know they're there. One scout with a radar signature says goodbye Engies, and that's not a hold on that front. That bomber up this direction has a self-kill, just killed off a something or other by the look of it there. We have some landed interceptors, which is not a great plan. They get shot at on the way past. Bomber is going for engineer. Engineer dodges and dies, but does not survive. But now comes some indies out there and a drop from Trith. Wanted to grab the other top plateau. That could be a problem if those plateaus are not taken care of. This is Spiky Noob walking all the way up the front with his commander. Looks like he just wants to grab these mixes here because why not? They're there. Give it a bit of extra eco for that. Interceptors have lost their defensive detail. So transport they could kill if they're being paid attention to. Instead they decide to land on the ground. And there's going to be some tanks. Very happy to see that. And they are just going to get slaughtered while on the ground. Attention is definitely elsewhere for those. Over this direction, and Spiky Noob has really pushed way. For comparisons, he's pushed to there. If this was MSG pushing, he would have been up here. That's how far Spiky Noob has pushed, and he's got the mixes and he's getting the support. The units are up. Now he's throwing down a point defense, which is probably not going to do a heck of a lot once Orochimaru gets a gun upgrade. It's going to be somewhere he cannot afford to stay, but Oro doesn't have radar that covers to that spot. Sending in a lone tank, nope, he changed his mind. Definitely doesn't want to do that, and definitely wants to get radar covering that area. Okay, how we doing? Well, I'm hearing T2 somewhere. Definitely somewhere there's a T2 PD. There it is. And that has been Turbo 3 pushed on up. He's got T2 on his comm and grabbing a couple of point defense down. He can start a creep now, which is going to be a problem to try and stop. Also pushing in the middle is Soviet Pride. Got a few units. They do a bit of U-turn though. They just want to not quite get engaged on that spot. But here, Spiky Noob is very much entrenched. Got a bunch of units, got his commander, got a T1 PD. Not going to stop this though, as long as Oro gets some radar. He needs to see what he's walking into, but he needs to walk in there fast because Spiky Noob has started the gun upgrade of his own. If that completes, it's going to be very hard to dislodge him. Radar is needed. There goes the radar though. That should give him some kind of intel. There we are. And now he can actually push onto that. Start doing some damage. Take out the eco, take out the point defense, take out the units, and this is something that Spiky Noob needs to be careful of. If he's spotted and they start hitting him, he's going to start losing a lot of health, although looks like Oro is being a wee bit careful. I'm hearing more gunfights somewhere. There's a massive melee going on here. Oh, that's going to get repulsed quite easily. We have Zwaffle pushing up on that front. And yeah, power of walls, shooting the wall behind the PD, which is hilarious. They could be doing so much damage to Spiky instead. But that wall's going to go down, and then the point defense is going to be... Yeah, this is just bugged. That is going through the point defense, not hitting it at all. And now Oro is going to have to change his mind. He spent so much time trying to shoot that point defense, hitting the walls instead. And that's actually giving Spiky Noob a chance to complete his gun. I wonder if that would have been the case had that point defense gone down. Probably not. Alright, we have Turbo in the middle with his T2 pits, and there we have Tursto pushing with a gun comp against Zwaffle. Zwaffle, who also has gun, has some units coming to support now, so Tursto needs to be a little bit careful. Doesn't want to push right on into that, especially as he has some units coming down from Soviet to support. This is actually... Soviet is actually the Wheelie's opponent, but the Wheelie is back here. His commander is not upgraded. He's got a bunch of units. He does have T2, I saw them somewhere. There we go, there's a T2 engineer there. Needs to get into that game and try and cause some pressure before Soviet can do what he does. Trio of bombers with a spread attack doing damage all over the place. Some very heavy hurt units. They might not get the kills, but damn it is enough. Down the bottom left, it is MSG, and he's pushing Crusher. Crusher with his gun comp, MSG with a gun comp, and MSG with a bunch of units ready to push on up, trying to get up a T1 PD. If we can get that online, that'd be very handy, because it will be able to shoot all of this kind of stuff. But it does not go online. There are some more NGs coming on in. MSG's pushing on up and giving a bad time to Crusher. Units here though, units versus units are looking fairly even. MSG decides to not quite chase Crusher, just maybe wants to hold the spice. He's got units coming in. T1 PD is completed. Anything that pops into range of that. Those Mantis are going to have a bad time. Some lasers. They're not going to be good either. And MSG is now over here, and he's going to pick things off on that front. Elsewhere, up in the top, we have, this is Orikomo. Orikomono looking very unhealthy indeed, and even if he gets the kill on Spiky Noob, he's under 2500, and I think this might be a mutual. Only question is, can he do enough damage to Spiky? Yes, he can. This is going to be a mutual KO. It is Oro and Spiky having themselves just a bit of a draw up there. And they were the top players from either side, and it is the eco has passed over to somebody else. And what is this? We have some Corsairs going for something. Those hostile interceptors not shooting at it? Now they do. Oh, they're going for the T2 Pigeon, which goes pop, and that is something that Truth cannot afford to have happen, being the air player. He needs his power, not going to lose the second one, fortunately. If he lost both of those pigeons, he would be bad. That's going to delay his process a little bit. He's working on a T3 reactor though. Compare that's down here, and well, T3 is available for Corbin, so he's a little bit behind. But I should help him out over this direction. And Soviet, he's pushing up with a stealth and gun. He's got units to support. T2 on the way for Tursto. Tursto's a little bit off the ball there though, and he can't really push that. He's only got T1 on the ground as far as tanks go. He's got a couple of flak in the region, but those are now dead thanks to Soviet's commander. And over on this side, what's going on? It is MSG caught out, pushing a little bit too far, getting capped by a bunch of units. Couldn't get into the water quite quick enough, and it is now Crusher ready to own this bottom area. That was unfortunate for him. T2 is on the way for Tursto, of course, and it is Soviet Pride coming along. That stealth is just slightly annoying. Very hard to see him. Tursto has got T2 and it is complete. Now we can start building us some triads, and that's going to help shoot away these numbers over here. But two commanders, Zwaffle and Soviet, pushing on up. Going to need a bunch of T2 PD to try and slow those guys down. And here we go, classic, start the PD with your commander and then finish off with the engineers, because that's very helpful. You can keep your T3 really great for T3. He's been left alone basically, and he has been working on eco, and he's getting T3, so nothing on the ground for him. He's getting raided though, and can look forward to that to happen. This is Turbo pushing on up. He's been just PD creeping his entire way. Up with T2 PD, a flak and radar, and now he's just got that all going on. It's not looking good for that side of things. Down here, it is Tursto. Tursto thinking, I maybe don't need to be here. He's got two commanders pushing him down, and he needs help. He needs some serious help, because it is Soviet and Zwaffle having to go at him. He's losing ground. Over here, T3 on the way still for the wheelie, trying to get stuff up, and if he completes that, it's going to be a good time. So he can start on that front. He also had T3 in the base. There we go. That is completed. He's starting to pop out some engineers. Maybe he wants to think about something a little bit combaty. But he's going to need the NGs for doing something. Meg Marines to the rescue. These guys have got 6 kills between them. A grand old time. Maybe it's just engineers, maybe not. But either way, they got kills, and that's going. But Tursto, very much under pressure. Very much under pressure. Trying to get some T1 PD. I don't know how good that's going to be. T2 PD up behind. Some triads are going up, and that is going to maybe just these guys to fall back. T3 almost done for the wheelie, 85%, and he's trying to get there. On this side, units are dropping on back. They can't really face up against all of this. It's all hover though. It could go absolutely anywhere on the map. I'm hearing bombers some spot. There we go. Units pushing up there. So this is Illuminated one trying to get around Turbo, who has tech on his comm as well as tech, and he's built T2 RC. And over here now, it is Waffle and Soviet. They're pushing Wheelie, who did finish his T3 upgrade. But he hasn't got time to build anything with it because he is getting swarmed by units. And no gun upgrade. He'll have overcharge. There we go. We just saw one go off, so he'll be a little bit okay on that front. But he really needs some kind of support of his own. And here we go, Titans. Titans now running off the production line. That's going to help. We see Tursto is pushed back up with his commander a little bit. He's trying to push him on back with some point defense and his comm. Comm to soak to damage and point defense to do the comm to soak, point defense to DPS. And that should be enough to shoo Soviet away, as well as Swaffle, and indeed their forces are falling back and their comms are falling back. Really not going to be too concerned. Doing a gun upgrade, that's going to take sweet no time at all because he has the T3 upgrade on his comm. And just look at how quick that goes. Boom, done. Under 9 seconds. And Tursto, well, he's looking to maybe lure these guys in. Has to be careful though. There's rocket bots over here. Hoplites do a bunch of damage, and Tursto wants to think about going in the reverse direction to what he is now. Down to 5,000 health. It's a dangerous place to be, despite the units coming on, and the 2 commanders will be able to take care of that, and the wheelie also in that group. That is a Ravager. I see Ravagers, T3 engineers out from Tursto, and Ravagers are going on down. Over this side though, down the bottom corner, it is Crusher pushing on up and running into some determined opposition from Tursto, but Tursto having to fall back. He's only got T1 in this group. If he kills the Blaze, he might be alright. But otherwise he's going to have a bad time there. And now over here, the mobile missile launchers plus T2RD plus Turbo 3 with his tech on his comm. And still no TMD down here. This is going to be a T3 mix. It's going to go pop any second now, unless he's targeted something else. Maybe a T2 mix. Nope, targeting a T3 mix again. And it does go pop. It was only T2. Oh, that was T3. Wowza. That is interesting. I thought it would take 2 missiles to kill that. Maybe the comm tech is stronger. This is a full health T3 mass extractor with 6,200 health. Tech comes in. Oh, this is 200. Okay, so there must have been PGs beside this one that caused it to pop like that. In this direction, and the wheelie and Tursto have been pushing up, and Zwopple very unhealthy, but Tursto can't afford to keep chasing that because, oh, there we go, never mind. Corsairs to land the finishing blow. There were ASFs in the area from Trith, but unfortunately not quite enough, and that was a massive push out from Team 1 to go back to that spot. Trying to throw up a shield gen there will be very helpful. Often loitering, but belonging to Soviet, nothing much I can do. Over this direction, the tech missiles are winning. Tech missiles are definitely winning. You don't want to stop just out of in range of T1 RT. You need to push up. But I feel like he's distracted. Look at this. Oh dear. Spots the danger and immediately throws up a volcano. He's needing to do that for a while. Those tech missiles coming from the commander have been very, very nasty. There's been 9 kills with 4,500 mass destroyed on Turbo. Massive amounts. And down this side, it has been Tursto pushing back again. Some Titans up front, a bunch of T1 swarming with them. There's some T2 PD around the place, which is going to do well for the Titans. The question is, how much damage can they do before they die? And if they dodge and jink and twist a little bit, then those T2 PD are going to miss their shots, and they've decided to fall back instead of pushing on that. Okay. Up here, the units have moved, and the T1 RD is going to have a bad time now. And they are ready to just romp through here. There's very little to slow them down. There's a couple of energy storage going doomed. There's a few engineers up here which are going to have a bad time. Going to be picked off one by one. And there is flak, so that bomber won't get too much done if it loiters. The engineers trying to spam up a point defense. They're going to survive. There we go. PD is done. Bomber is still loitering around. Flak is missing. There we go. Finally dies off there. And these T2 mass extractors going down for Turbo. Nice little push coming on through. Nothing much to slow them down, so they can just keep on rolling right the way through. Having said that, Turbo is down here still trying to kill things with their comm. And Turbo has built an experimental chicken on its way. Chicken's going to be fun. The question is, what is there to stop it? Well, there's a bunch of Titans. Titans won't do the trick. Really, T3 on his commander is pushing this direction. T3 shield and gun. Going to be a tough comm to kill. 18,000 health, as well as an extra shield. I think it's another 25 on the shield, if I remember correctly. Let's just have a double check on that. 19. Okay. So 19,000, and he's just swimming through this position, absolutely obliterating anything. He could also decide to swing this way and absolutely obliterate over here. And in fact, Turbo's like, nope, I am out. Doesn't want to have a single bar of all of that, and he is running for the water. He does have, there it is, a Yathosa. The question is, has it been scouted by team number 2? It has not. It's not even showing up on radar. It should be about here. It's got stealth with it. It has got stealth with it. Soviet doing the team thing and has sent a stealth unit along with the Yathosa. Hopefully they have scouted it and seen it now. That flew just directly overhead. And the wheelie is going to need to keep running with his comm, because even if he takes out this position, he can't take on that. Anything coming across, but over this direction, hello, and this is a bunch of Titans and Loyalists rushing on up, and this could be a problem for Crusher if they decide to keep pushing him, but they don't. They fall back. Thinks a T1 behind the scenes, but yeah, probably can't quite push that. Guncom plus some T2 PD plus some Harbingers coming on over, and that really was just Tursto cleaning up this area, taking things out on that front. Engineers walking up this way for some unknown reason, maybe on a reclaim mission, but their mission has ended. And there we go. Turbo still walking away with his comm and still coming along with the Yathosa. Question is, which direction is it going to go? And look at the T1 bomber spam from Trith. Now these were to take care of that push up the top, but now there's a whole bunch of them and they are going for Tursto. Tursto standing here, he's got the tack launcher on his commander, and that's really about all. He's going to want to think about not standing there. He's got no anti-air on the ground, needs some flak, and here we go. Here comes the bomber spam. It's a SAM, but it's a SAM, and look at the dodging going on there from Tursto. Twisting, turning, spinning, and because these are Aeon, they have very little in the way of AoE. He just needs to keep walking in a circle just like that. Look at him go. He's having a grand old time. And now in come the ASS from both sides. It is Korriban versus Trith in the air. There is a SAM underneath as well, of course, but here comes the experimental as well, the Yathosa. This is really leaving nowhere for Tursto to go, but it is not looking good for this group here. We have Soviet's forces behind also helping out. Turbo builds another experimental. That is a second chicken done and ready to join the fray. But yeah, Tursto needs to run. He needs to get away from this. His best option is probably trying to go for the water, getting behind the hill and leaving the area. But that chicken is not stopping. It is just absolutely walking, and the question is, can enough damage be done to it to stop it from going on? Where is Tursto going? He's going the wrong way. He's going to get caught out any moment now. That chicken is now shooting at him. Look at the damage coming on down. And Tursto has a problem, a chicken-shaped problem. And he is done. He could have survived if he'd run for the water perhaps, but instead gets mutilated. The chicken even going to die? Surely it will. 600 health, 500 health. There we go. Finally, it drops off. He could have got out of that if he'd run directly away from the water, but instead he jinked, he dodged, twisted when he didn't need to. The chicken caught up with him, and that was the end of it. Right, this is Wheelie pushing up. This is another chicken pushing on down. Now he's going to survive. Wheelie and his gang, or the chicken? Right, this direction. T3 is done. Well, it's been done for a while, so Loyalists can't come out of that. The problem is, Loyalists have ready in their face Harbingers. And Harbingers will do for Loyalists. They're a bit tougher, can do more damage, a lot more health. But Wheelie has built an experimental. Where's he built it? Somewhere. Anyway, there it is. It's a GC, and that GC maybe wants to think about going this direction, or at least these guys do. There we go, Titans are on the way, and they're going to try and slow down the Harbingers. It's going to take a while though. But this is what is Wheelie doing. I think he's forgotten where his commander is. And he's just walked straight into the Yothosa. He's trying to get right under it, but that face ball. Oh dear. Oh dear, Wheelie, what was that? But what's this? Corsairs? Corbin going for another Corsair snipe? It is 24 minutes into the game and he's going for a Corsair snipe instead of a Strat snipe. And the air battle is on. The Corsairs are running out of numbers, but so too are the ASCS for Triff. Triff has just lost that air battle to keep Turbo alive. Turbo needs a shield gen right away, and there we go, he's already working on it. The Yothosa. Uh-oh. Strat, is that shield gen going to finish in time? Is not quite there. Not going to make it, and that is Turbo. Didn't quite get the T2 shield generator up in time. Oh dear. What the hell is this? And now we have a GC. And this is a couple of Rambo comms, but the Yothota's going to get it to the face, getting zapped by the GC. GC's going to deal to that very easily. And after that it can go for the Rambo comms. Huge force pushing up from the Lumina one. We just kind of ring the Yotota. Just want to walk on through. There we go, that's what needs to happen. Needs to kill off the Rambo bombs. They have a stun effect. Really don't want to do that. Brilliant. But that lightning storm is going to murder so many units. You look at them all die. Kills counted afterwards for that thing, and we have a really great KD ratio. Alright, what's going on down this direction though? It has been Crusher. Crusher has, well, he's basically crushed this section. Absolutely owns it. It's got units pushing on him, but Percivals are coming out for the defense as well as some Titans. It's going to be a very dead Harbinger shortly. But the Percy is the main Harby killer. That's not great. Harbinger gets through. It has 30 kills to its name. It's going to get a bunch more as soon as it gets to range of the engineers. My oh my, that is one very effective Harbinger. 5,500 mass killed and plenty more to go. I hear another chicken somewhere. There it is. It's going to track down. It's going to focus down on the GC. GC's going to stop and have blasted it. It's going to stand still and get hit by that giant ball of doom though. It's like 6,000 damage or something from that ball of doom. If I remember correctly, that's a huge amount. Let's just find out. It has... actually I can't tell. DPS, no, there we go, 6,000 damage. That slow ball of doom does 6,000 damage. And we've got that hero harbinger finally dies all the way back there. And there's more coming though. There's a whole lot of harbies. There's some siege tanks coming on in. They need something to slow this down. Percival's to be a decent answer. Need a bit more. Got some stress coming along as well though. But here we go. Massive push coming through from Illuminate 1. Plenty of units, and they're just going to start killing off Eco and destroying everything on the infrastructure on front. Chicken does turn up though, and support commanders are in play to also slow things down, as well as bricks. They're not going to get too much further than that spot, but the plateau has been attacked as well. Some titans up here having to go at everything there, and this is where an important battle is happening. However, Korriban, commander standing in an odd location. If these, who's got the nuke? Illuminate 1 getting a nuke somewhere. I did not see the nuke, but hello, stress down here on Crusher. Crusher gets taken out. Rat bombers decide that he's going to have a bad day. The nuke is coming up this direction. That's Soviet. Is Soviet walking into the nuke? Donut. Just about completed by Trith. Soviet. He's walking into the nuke. Maybe hangs a turn to the right. That was close. If he kept walking that way a bit too far, he would have ended up in the nuke's blast. That could have been a twofer. Completely unintentional. But he now has a donut. But in the base, so many harbingers, so many Othams. And this is all belonging to Soviet now. It's a 2 versus 1 with Soviet. He's got a support commander which has the stun. That's going to be a grand old time for killing those off. He has a donut, he has air. In come the strats. What are they going for? They can't. Actually, he's only got stealth, so he could have been seen by those strats. Maybe they're going for the SMD. Yes, they were actually. Shield is down there. Almost got it. Not quite enough. 2 chickens coming on in from Soviet. He has so much on the ground right now. Can do a lot of pressure over here though. Harbingers doing their best to dull the eco a little bit. Going to run into a crab though, but that's not going to be helpful for them. A large number of renegades have finally finished off this force. See all these scorch marks leading up behind the Othams as they got killed. Soviet was another experimental. He has so much on the ground right now. He's got a couple of chickens. He's got a crab. He's got a donut. Question is, how is his air? He has none. He has no air grid to speak of. The T2 air factory there, which I think he's going to need to think about upgrading to T3. Right now, this is all the air he has, although he could build a whole bunch with that donut, I suppose. It is a high producing factory, it is well and good. But these gunships, belonging to Korriban, well, they're just wandering into a bad area. So much flak. A whole bunch of ASFs and flak and a SAM, and they're dealt with in a matter of seconds. Absolutely done. Okay, the chickens are coming. The chickens are going to face off against the GC and a bunch of Percivals though. It's not going to be too good for them. Where's the Tsar? There it is. We're going to know the Tsar is actually up and alive. There's plenty of ASFs up there from Korriban though, and they could have a go at that. Chickens turn around. Decide they don't quite want to take that on, and Illuminate builds another experimental somewhere. A whole bunch on. He's got a GC there, he's got a GC there, he's got a GC there, and he's very short of power. Okay, here comes the donut. The question is Korriban paying attention? Donut is not quite doing donut things. And leaving your ASFs on the ground where they can get shot is a terrible idea. Corbin, what are you doing? Corbin. ASFs. Oh no. This is not the greatest idea. Whoopsie. And Corbin builds an experimental. He's built a monkey. Alright. Why not? Okay, the ASFs, are they going in for it? They are... No, they're switched up to the ASFs. They want to control the air. As long as Corbin controls the air, that donut is mostly ineffective. Because anywhere it goes, the ASFs will come. And in actuality, they may want to think about taking it down now. Perhaps it is sitting over Sam's, but there's another nuke. That is again out from Illumina 1. And where's it going for this time? It is going for over here. Got a T3 land HQ, a bunch of eco, and no SMD in sight. Because this one is loaded. Just. So it will be safe. He's moving away. That one's not loaded, so he's wanting to try and keep that alive. How many? Chicken, GC, donut, crab somewhere. I've lost the crab. Oh dear. Okay, it is time to kill the donuts. The donut is having to go at your GCs either now or never. With the ASFs, it is massively overextended. Kill it. Kill it, kill it, kill it. It has to go down. Right, the shield's dropped. Remember, too long before the Zara self drops off. The question is, will it land on anything? Well, at this rate, it's going to land on top of a GC. Moves away. Odd decision, but running out of ASFs. Corbin doesn't have many left. The Zara is still up. It's going to kill off a GC. Going to be a terrible time of it. More ASFs coming in. They got to finish it. What are they doing? Just kill the damn thing. Where's it going is the question. It has stopped trying to kill the GC, trying to move away. It's actually going to survive. Maybe not. Walks into range of a Sam. And some more ASFs now coming on now. Okay. Zara's not going to live. And it's GCs, it's Zars, it's ASFs. It's a huge, big old melee going on over here. Pancakes onto the GC. Massive amounts of damage. And now all of these GCs need to get away from the lightning storm, or they too are going to die. Monkey over here being more defensive. Percivals are helping to clean up the harbingers that are coming on in. And let's have a look. See, it's going to be one dead GC. Two GCs. This one is just in range. Yes, no, maybe. No, I think it's going to get just out of distance, just barely. And that GC's moving on through. There's the grab. Has been pushing up the top. And Othams have turned up, along with Bricks. Is like a handful of Harveys trying to defend that. That's not going to go down so well. There's a full health GC on the way though. And a second one about to finish. More GCs planned on. Look at all that build power. And now, still coming on another Galactic Colossus. It's just experimentals all over the goddamn map. And Soviet sitting here under his SMD. You see it right there, nice defensively held. Another crab just about to finish. In fact, there it goes. Crab to go. Cloaking is now going up for Soviet, so he wants to be completely invisible. But he hasn't rebuilt his air grid. He's got an air factory. He hasn't upgraded that to T3. And he has no ASF, so he has absolutely no air. He's 100% reliant on Sam's. Wheatley talks about reclaim. Let's have a look. 423,000 reclaim all on this side of the map, basically. And it is being a hard fight right now. And keep things alive. Having said that, there's a very hurt GC facing off against a very healthy GC. That's not going to be so well there. The crab is pushed down this way. We've got 3 GCs bearing down upon it. And there's another nuke. Where's this one going? Over here, just going to kill off the build power in this direction. There's a donut that's being created. There's a bunch of engineers. Some eco. Worthy nuke, I would say. And here we go, this side. GCs say g'day to everything. I like that this one was trying to shoot the brick that this one was hoovering up. It really doesn't work so well. Crab is looking decidedly unhealthy. 2 GCs firing on it won't survive too much longer. This one is gonna survive, maybe? Yeah. And there's the nuke landing over there, but down this direction it is a chicken and a GC pushing up this way. Got some renegades coming in trying to do some damage. Going to take a while to do so. GC and a monkey pushing on back. This is a problem. Plenty of air from Korriban. That air could very much stop down there. 2 GCs and a monkey should be enough to take care of these guys. Especially once the monkey gets in range. It has a lot of DPS. And slow down there. Can a nuke hit a donut in flight? Yes. Can it pass through the center? No. I have seen a donut get nuked. I've seen a donut block a nuke. So they absolutely can be hit by it. This is true, but back. 3 GCs still very much low over in this direction. There's a chicken having a go at all sorts of things. And that's going to be very painfully hurt. GC thanks to the lightning storm. Seems like the monkey took the brunt of the lightning storm before dying. That's some renegades landing in a very ill-advised position. Oh dear, oh dear. Don't land your ASCS in front of the GC. Monkey over this direction. Percival's over this direction. And this is... well, the question is what is done. I think Soviet is just out of brain power at the moment. He has 1.5k income. He could spam up anything at this stage. Airback, he could do an experimental, he could do T3 arty. There's like no shielding over here. He could T3 arty and just bomb the shield grid. As soon as I say that, his shields. Well done. Okay. There's also the nuke to concern about. A T2 stealth gen? Okay. I think this is just a slow thing. We've got 3 GCs walking across down here. They're going to run into this. Up on this corner is a crab plus a chicken plus another chicken. These guys grouping up, they can cause some extra damage. We have the scouts going out. It looks like they are starting to try and find Soviet, who's very happy in the middle of his base here under 3 Seraphim shields. The third one just about up. Here, PG's got some point defense, got a support commander? Support commander. Going down there. A bag of renegades just waiting for that GC to come out of the water and have a go at it. Monkey is sneaking up the back here, killing off more eco as it goes. Pyrogalactic Colossi over this direction, not sneaking, they're perfectly happy stomping their way in. No dramas on that. But air is absolutely in the hands of team number 2, because as yet Soviet still has not got back into their game. Got a bunch of paused engineers and support there. He could anywhere like that. This looks like an arty grid. Some T3 PGs going up. Still being supportive there. And they're really just throwing out Rambo comms. They are handy, but maybe not so much. Still under 1.5k income, so each of these support commanders he pops out is keeping his eco up, even as it's being destroyed by things like a monkey. Although this is going to hurt. Nothing to slow that down right now. Monkey see, monkey do. In the middle, it is GCs versus support commanders, and that goes about as you predict. The GCs have a wonderful track record against SACUs. The SACUs die pretty handily. I'm hearing, there we go, chicken up this direction. It's going to pick up a few mixes, a few T1 NGs. Second chicken coming up behind it, and where was that crab? Here it is. Decided to redirect yourself, and another chicken over there, not doing much. Right, nothing to stop these chickens if they come down this direction. If I have a look, there's actually nothing to stop those chickens. There's a GC being built here, which is just about done. Of course, we do have the air available as well. And now there's a whole host of strats. So these guys want to try and find and kill Soviet. The question is... No, he's still there. Still there, quite happily, chilling out. And now, Monkey has been caught by Chicken. And this is terrible for Monkey. No way it survives this. Chicken just has way too much damage. After dead before it even gets its laser face around. And Chicken needs to kind of turn itself to stop moving away. Chicken. There we go. Corbin. Control K's. I think maybe his connection dropped, sorry. He definitely didn't deliberately control K. And looking at the text on the left, it looks like he did drop it indeed. So now it is down to Soviet and Illuminate. This has been one weird game. Experimentals all over. 2 GCs stomping up this way, 3 GCs coming up behind them. Going to be intercepted by a pair of crabs and a chicken. Plus some ground forces. There's another chicken up this way. And a crab coming back as well. Soviet. Blue stand under this under the nuke defense. Nuke launcher is loaded. Ready to try and find a target. Okay, strats are coming. And the scouts are out. He has been seen. Well, I thought he'd been seen. The scouts went straight over his head. And GC caught from behind. Crab is shooting it in the back. GCs can't shoot backwards. Here come the strats. We're looking for a target. 2 GCs down here. They're going to face off against a pair of chickens. And I think it's going to... And me forgetting to unmute myself is absolutely horrible, my god. I'm sorry, I muted myself because I had a terrible sneeze, but these chickens are pushing in here. Luminous right there with his commander. He could have been dead in any second. They're trying to find Soviet. He is cloaked over here. Oh dear, they're so close. The strats are building up, and I'm so embarrassed that I forgot to unmute myself. It is a very close thing. Illumina is running. The chicken's right there, and Soviet, they still don't know where he is. Lumina is running, his air grid is dead, the nuke is still alive. Chicken's romping through his base. Can they find Soviet to kill him off? And oh my god, I'm so sorry, it was a horrible sneeze and I was just like, fuck, I forgot to unmute. But it is such a thing. Illumina so close there. The chickens just went the wrong direction. Did Soviet not know where he was? He did not, and Illumina just cannot find him. They had so many scouts in the wrong direction that he's got all the strats he needs. One look at the right time would have been of a Soviet. Now with chickens in his base, and the strats are coming back for the Yathota want to take it off, and no they're not. I'll illuminate. Control K, fancy way. Oh my word. All it would have taken was spotting Soviet